record. So welcome to tonight's tonight's mentoring team call. We are going to be discussing the mentoring call number 2. So we're going to be discussing time management, inviting scripts, and then also posting on social media. Now, I know we've recently covered posting on social media and talking to people on our last team call, but I do want to go over that again and just reiterate kind of what we talked about to make sure that we're all on the same page when it comes to posting as a new coach, because there's definitely a fine line and a balance to posting vital information, valuable information, but also still making it known that you are an active coach and you are inviting people to participate with you and building that engagement and that following with people on social media. So we'll kind of talk about that first, since I already kind of started talking about that. You really want to work up to posting 3 to 5 times per day on your social media platform. I encourage you to start with one social media platform to start. So if Facebook is something that you're comfortable with, master that before you start adding in Instagram or Snapchat or Pinterest or any of the other ones. There's Periscope. There's all kinds of different platforms that you can use. But find what you're most comfortable in, and run with that to start and become really great at that so that you can then be present and add on another social media platform. For example, I'm very comfortable on Facebook. I enjoy using Facebook because you can have private messages, you can message people one-on-one, and there's a lot of engagement there. You can engage on their pictures and what they're posting about, and you see that a lot more often. Instagram is wonderful, but I'm not quite as efficient in Instagram as I am in Facebook. And typically when I'm engaging with somebody on Instagram, I'm trying to pull them over to Facebook to build that relationship further through Facebook. So I do the majority of my posting and business on Facebook, but then I am also present on Instagram. I still post at least once a day a good, valuable, or hook post on Instagram and use my hashtags to target the people that I'm wanting to talk to and engaging with people there, but it's not my primary platform. So that's a little bit of what the difference is. But is starting as a new coach, just really focus on one and become really good at one. Find that balance in posting every single day. You'll want to, kind of like we talked about on the team call, if you haven't really been posting on Facebook ever, start off with one post a day. Just make sure it's a good post. It's a good, clear picture, whether it's a selfie or a food pic. Try to make sure that the lighting is good. Really put some thought into what the picture is. And you're going to want to try and use pictures on almost every single post, because just word posts sometimes do okay, but they don't typically get people's attention as they're scrolling really fast through their news feed. So putting something that's eye-catching, think about when you're scrolling through Facebook, what catches your eye. So you want to use something that has good lighting, it's clear, it's not a blurry image with really dark surroundings or poor lighting, things like that. You want to have good lighting and good clear picture and well thought out. So you'll want to make sure that you're doing that. And you can start off with one post per day. You want quality over quantity. So I say that, 3 to 5 times a day is ideal, but I also don't want you just posting mindlessly that's not going to get any engagement anyway, or crummy pictures or things like that just because you're like, oh, I got to get a post up. You have to kind of plan things out. And in our team group, Team Living Healthy and Fit, in the files, there is an example of what you can post on certain days to kind of change things up, okay? For myself personally, on Mondays, I always post about a challenge group at some point. On Tuesdays, it's always a transformation Tuesday. I typically use hashtag transform your life, or transform your life Tuesday. Wednesday is always my story. Thursday is always the business opportunity. Friday is always a family date night type of a picture. Saturday is accountability Saturday, so I'm typically sharing how I felt through the week. If I struggled a little bit, am I feeling better? Am I making the progress that I want? That sort of thing. And then Sunday is typically inspirational, kind of leading into a challenge group post type of a thing. So you don't have to do it that way, but that's what myself and a lot of the successful coaches are using as a platform for their days, as far as using their hook posts and really getting themselves out there to share themselves. Now, for the rest of the posts, because those are only 7 posts out of the potential 21 to 35 posts that you could have per day or per week, what you'll want to do is sit down and make a list of 7 to 10 things that interest you and that are also going to interest your audience. So that could be, for me, I have Dobermans, I have horses, we have 2 little boys, my oldest son plays sports, recipes, on-the-go meals, different things that not always just recipes or inspiration or fitness related, while you want to sprinkle those in as well and not just your hook posts for challenge groups or the coaching opportunity. So fitness videos or post-workout selfie, or maybe your meal that you had for the day, a good picture of Shakeology, not just your shaker cup with you kissing it or something silly like that, because that's going to get nothing. But sprinkling those in as well. But you also want to provide value and still be you. You don't want to just totally turn being all health and fitness and just a Beachbody coach. You want to share parts of your life. So, you know, going on a date with your husband, or something that maybe you're into quilting, maybe you're into reading, maybe you're into shopping, you know, different things that you enjoy doing that make you who you are. You want to make that list, and you can use the template that we have in the files and kind of fill in, okay, I don't have children yet, so instead of having a child post or a family post, you know, then you can change that to something else. And instead of a workout video, that's one of the things I do on once a week. If you're not comfortable with doing that right off the bat, maybe a post-workout selfie, or something inspirational. Try not to use a lot of stock photos though. If you're going to do, I do for my inspirational quotes, but I try to make half of them mine and then half of them are ones that I find. But the more that you can make your posts you in the picture and make your own memes or make your own inspirational quotes on your own pictures, the more engagement you're going to get from people and the more relatable that you're going to be. So that's going to be one of the action items, is getting yourself set up with 7 to 10 things that are your hobbies or interests that are also going to interest your audience, that you can create a list, what you're going to be posting on a regular basis, so that way you know, okay, look, like for me, I know exactly what I need to post every single day. It's a no-brainer. And I actually, something else I recommend is, if you don't have them scheduled out, my phone goes off 5 minutes before, like 4 times a day, because it's just a reminder, you need to make a post. I already have my very first post of the day scheduled to go out on its own at like 6:59 in the morning, but the rest of my posts are giving me an alarm right before, so that I remember, hey, get your post up, because it's that prime time that I'm trying to get my posts up. So that's where we're going to start with that. What I would like for you to do is create that list of 7 to 10 things that you would like to talk about other than the coaching opportunity, the challenge groups, things like that. And then what's important to you. Really the ones that I shared that I do on a daily basis, as far as the challenge group, the coaching app, sharing your story, those 3 really need to be in there. If you want to change the other ones that I do, that's fine. But those 3 should be in there at least once a week, if not more. Okay, so that'll be where we start with that, and then together we can create a schedule so you know exactly what you should be posting on a daily basis. That is going to help with time management. So the next thing we're going to talk about is time management. You will want to create some structure, because the easiest thing to do with this business is push it off, or I've got time to do that, or I'll do it later, or I'll get to it later, or whatever. And before you know it, the day is gone, you're exhausted, and you just want to go to bed. And then none of your vital behaviors happen. So for every one of us, it's going to be different. But really creating a structure and looking at your week and knowing, okay, I'm going to dedicate this time slot on these days, or maybe it's the same for you every day. If that's the case, that's great, because that makes life easy, right? I'm going to dedicate 1 hour. 1 hour. You can build a very successful business if you sit down and focus for 1 hour and you do a power hour. There are files. There's also a photo in our team page that has examples of what you should be working on in your power hour, and it even has the amount of time you should be spending on it. So you can, again, use your phone, set a timer, get through those things, and then if you have more time after that, you can go back and get, follow up with people or message somebody that maybe messaged you back. One of the biggest things that I see new coaches doing is getting stuck in a conversation with one person. And before you know it, you've messaged that person back and forth a million times, and 45 minutes has gone by and you haven't talked to anybody else. So my rule of thumb is I don't message anybody back until my power hour is done. And then if I have more time to work my business, or I've completed my power hour before the hour is technically up, then I can go back and engage in conversation with that person. But try not to let yourself feel like you have to message that person back right away and you have to engage in that conversation, because it's going to take up a lot of your time, and then you're going to become frustrated because you didn't get the rest of your work done. It'll leave kind of, at least for me, it leaves an overwhelming feeling, or it used to. So creating that structure and knowing when you're going to sit down to work that power hour, and knock it out so that you can just sit down, laser focused, and do it. Okay. If you struggle with time management, Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy is an amazing book to help you understand how to focus and how to take care of the vital behaviors. So vital behaviors for this business: reaching out and connecting to new people, inviting to a challenge group or the coaching opportunity, and doing your personal development. Those 3 things have to be happening every day if you want this business to move forward, and if you want to help connect with new people and to help them get started on a healthier path. So those have to be happening. And obviously, then this isn't included in your power hour, but obviously you need to be working on your nutrition and doing your workouts to be a product of the product, so that you're being genuine and you're being true and you're doing what you're sharing with other people, and you have your own story to share with them when they ask questions. So that's all I really have for time management, is just really sitting down, dedicating that time. For me, in the mornings, I usually spend about a half an hour reaching out to people and connecting with people. And then from 2 to 4 o'clock every day, I'm doing my follow-ups, my reach outs to new people, and connecting with people that I've added to my list from the day before. And then I'm doing my invites. And then once those things are done, then I can go back and keep messaging with people that have messaged me back. Okay. And then the last thing we're going to just touch on is inviting scripts. So when I first started as a coach, I avoided scripts like the plague. I didn't want to use them. I felt like people knew that I was using scripts. I don't know how they would know that, but I felt like I was a robot, and they would know that I was talking and just using, copy and paste. That I think a lot of new coaches feel that way, and you kind of are hesitant and you fight the process of using the scripts. I will tell you this. The scripts is what has gotten me to where I am today. And not that long ago, Kelly asked in her diamond group, which has all of her personally sponsored diamonds and then their diamonds in the group. And she asked, just to take a poll, how many of us were using scripts? And every single person said that they were. They work. They lead you to success, because you're saying the right things. Not that you're going to say the wrong thing, but sometimes we get overly excited, especially as a new coach, and somebody says, yes, like, you know, I'm interested, blah, blah, and then you like vomit on them. Okay, this is how much it is. We're going to get you started. This is the day we're starting, blah, 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 blah. And then they're like, whoa, like, I just said I was interested. So when they say that they're interested, you have to figure out why they're interested. What do they want to work on? Why is this a good fit for them? Not about you. You have to take a deep breath, ask questions back. Even if they say, well, what do I have to do? You just say, well, I'd be more than happy to share that with you. Would you mind if I ask you a few questions first to see if this is a good fit for you? Then they say yes, and then you say, okay, great. Can you tell me a little bit about what interests you in this coaching opportunity, or what interests you about the challenge group? What would you like to work on? What are your goals? What does your current meal plan look like? Are you currently doing any workouts? Do you struggle with nutrition? Start asking questions to dive into what they're struggling with so that you can really help them to get on a healthier path. And then once you figure out what their needs are and you're ready to connect them with the program, dive into the scripts, because it's going to allow you to give them information without word vomiting on them and without giving them too much information at one time. So there is the script that I use 98% of the time is in our files tab, and it's called posting scripts for the 21-day fix, I think is what it's called. It's probably 12 or 15 files down, and it says posting scripts for the 21-day fix. I also added that into the Emerald, Push to Emerald group, but it is very successful, and I'm successful because I'm giving enough information, telling them about the program, how it can help them, and then I reiterate their goals at the end, so that it makes sense and they can see, well, yeah, that would work for me because it helps me learn about nutrition. It still allows me to have wine and chocolate and carbs, and just helps me to find the balance and create a healthier lifestyle, rather than, you know, having a hard time with counting calories or cutting out complete food groups, things like that. So use the scripts, look at them. If you want to change them up a little bit, like I change up the wording every now and then and just say, you know, at the end I might change up how I'm reiterating their goals and things like that. But the meat of the conversation is coming from the script, so that you can keep focused, you can keep on track, and not overwhelm them with way too much information. So that's all that I have for tonight. That's all we're going to cover. So the action step that I have for you is to create your list of 7 to 10 things and come up with a schedule. And if you've only been posting once a day, let's just start off with posting once a day, every day, or twice, and start sprinkling in some of those things so you're giving a little bit more to your followers. So we'll say 2 posts per day. If you've already been posting 1 or 2 times a day, then let's increase it to 3. And see where we can take things and what your schedule looks like and what you would like to talk about, and then we can review that together and make sure that that's going to be effective and the most efficient for you to be sharing with your followers and getting across what you're wanting to share with people. And then the other action step I would like for you to take this week is to create your time management schedule. What times work best for you? Is it first thing in the morning before you get going for the day? Is it lunchtime? Or is it in the evening once you're home from work? Which, that's how I started, you guys. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Once my kids went to bed, I sat on the couch and I did it in the evenings. I don't think that that's always the best for everybody, because that's the easiest time to say, I just want to relax and watch TV, or I want to have time with my spouse. If you can get yourself up and out of bed first thing in the morning, or do it at lunchtime, I really encourage you to do that, because it leaves less opportunity for you to push it off. And before you know it, you don't reach out, connect, add, or invite anybody for 3 to 5 days, and you've lost all the momentum and all the engagement that you had worked so hard to build. So I would like for you to create a schedule. If it's going to change for you, then write that down. If it's going to be the same every day, write that down too. And let me know what your power hour is going to look like, and what time of the day you're going to be doing it, and that sort of thing. And just shoot me a message so that I can see what you're doing, and I can help to hold you accountable to working that power hour and keeping your time management under control. So, Christy, I'm going to unmute you. Okay, girl, you're unmuted. Did you have any questions?
I don't think so. I think this is kind of just like what I've been working on the past. Okay. So I'm going to continue kind of pushing that. I do have a question about the call tomorrow night.
Okay.
Do I need, so I'm going to have my sister listen to it because I'm thinking about having her sign on.
Okay.
Do I sign on with the call with her, or do I just have her call in?
Well, I think it's always great when you show up with the person because I think this will be like only the second time I've gone live on Facebook. So it's going to be a little bit different than how we normally do it. Normally we do a Zoom call like this and I record it and we're all seeing the same thing. But tomorrow we're going to try something new, and I'm actually going to go live in the Facebook event. So you don't have to be on this, or nobody's going to see you being on or anything like that, but people can see who's talking and engaging on the live feed. So the more people, the other thing is the more people that we have on the live feed, the more people are going to see it, which is going to benefit our team. So like your friends, if they see that you're on this live event, then they're going to tune in too if they're interested. So it's only going to benefit everybody if we're all on the call and, you know, having as many people as we can on the call. But yeah, does that answer your question?
Yep, that's perfect.
Okay, cool. So normally though, like on a Zoom call, I would definitely say, you know, if you can't be there, that's, you know, you can't. But if you're inviting somebody to an opportunity, like you wouldn't ask somebody to go out to eat and then not show up with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that just gives them the sense of, okay, she's here with me. It's not scary, you know, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Okay. I'm excited for that though. That's cool that she's going to come to the call.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm hoping she'll take it serious and do it with me.
Yeah, that's awesome. How are you doing reaching out and connecting with other people and just starting new conversations?
So far, so good. I've reached out to about 6 people. I have one girl that like definitely wants to do the challenge group.
Awesome.
She says she's waiting until her paycheck, so I'm going to check back in with her on Thursday when she gets paid. And then I have one other person that I actually babysit for, who's the one that has she already has the 21-day fix.
Okay.
So she said that she wants to think about whether she wants to try the extreme or just do the Shakeology with the 21-day fix that she already has.
Okay.
I would check back in with her tomorrow.
Cool.
So.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm pushing for it.
Yeah, good for you, girl. Gaining that momentum and just getting feelers out there. That's great.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, and then as far as all my messages make sense as far as getting David signed on and like the benefits for you, and then also how we can recoup that money back pretty quickly?
Yeah. I think I am going to have him, I'll just sign him up. And I think I'm going to do the 3-day cleanse thing that you were talking about.
Yeah.
That'll give me an opportunity.
Yeah, so if you do, you'll want to sign him on your weak leg. So your weak leg is going to be your right because you're on my left.
Okay.
Okay, so there is a video in the Getting Started Right file or Coaching Start Here that shows you how to do preferred placement. You'll just want to make sure you set that to right, just right, nothing else, just right leg. Sign him up, and then you'll want to switch it back to left leg once he's enrolled. So what I would do, can you see me? Or are you, yeah? Yeah,
I can see you.
Okay, so I have, this is what I do when I get packets, and you don't have to do this, but this is something that's worked really well for me. I get these, through our website, just logging into teambeachbody.com, just like you're going to order something for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You can get 6 of these for $10.
Oh.
So what I do is when I get packets, you get 24 of them. So I offer 7 of them plus a shaker cup for $35. So you could do 3 of that. You could do 3 sets for people, and then you could either do like a free or like a 7-day clean eating. And if you want to do something like that, I can share with you the template from when I did one. But all you would do is get 3 people to try Shakeology, do the packets for $35. They can either send you a check or PayPal you the money, and then you recoup that, because it's like $140 to enroll them. You would earn 35 of that, so you're $100 in the hole, and then you would earn 95 back.
Awesome.
So it's a good way, and it's a good way to promote the Shakeology, get people to try it for a week, because a week, if doing it every single day, a week is enough time for them to start feeling better, increase energy, their digestion is better, and just really start to see the benefits. Obviously, it's not going to be a full 30 days, but it's a good starter to see how they're feeling. And saying that they get a free shaker cup, I don't know what it is about that, but people love that. So $10. And if you ever need them, like our tops break constantly, so you can never have enough shaker cups laying around the house.
Like.
So I think that would really help you to, get him enrolled, let yourself use the 3-day refresh and keep him active, and then, get a few people on board.
I don't have to worry about that until the month of July.
That what?
I wouldn't have to worry about that until the month of July, would I?
Of him being active?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have 5 weeks. It's a 5-week rolling base. So on week 4, he'll show in red that he's going to go inactive. So you would have until that Wednesday on the 5th week to either buy something through him or push one sale. Like, let's say you have somebody that's going to order a program and it's worth 50 PV, and they're not going to order the challenge pack. You could push that through his account just to keep him active.
Okay.
It just has to be buy or sell 50 PV. It doesn't have to necessarily be something on HD. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
And like I said, if there's an option that your parents want to try it, or another family member, or, something like that, I wouldn't say your sister, because we're working on enrolling her as a coach as well. But when we first started and I went Emerald, I couldn't afford for both of us to be on Shakeology. So I would get it every month, but then my dad would just write me a check and he would take it, so that PJ's account stayed active and, we could move forward.
Cool.
So there's definitely a lot of options out there. And something else you can think about is, like, I recently bought 3 Fixate cookbooks to keep an account active, and I don't remember if it was my mom's or what, but to keep an account active, and I use those as incentives.
Awesome. So
the book cost me $15, but if I get 2 or 3 people to enroll on a challenge pack, on a drawing that they're going to win the cookbook, then, it's already paid for itself. So there's all kinds of different things we can talk about, if that comes, but it's easy to work around that.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. And I don't think that you are, but was he ever active military or anything like that?
No.
Okay. I don't know if you're aware of this, but if you are a vet or active military or anything like that, you can fill out a form and they waive your coaching fee. So the $15.95 fee, they waive that for 2 years.
Oh.
Or a spouse. So like if you have a really good friend, or your sister and her husband is active military or a veteran, the spouse can use the paperwork as well.
Cool.
Okay. So it's kind of nice. So they waive that fee for 2 years.
That is really nice.
Yeah. So,
cool.
Any other questions, my dear?
No, Nope, that was it.
All right. Well, thank you for jumping on the call. I'm going to share this in the group for everybody else, and I'll let you get to your evening. Great job on the cycling. I'm going to look that up and see if I can find any around here.
Yes, it's totally
Make
awesome.
somebody go with me.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds like fun, though.
It is really fun.
All right, girl. Well, if you need anything, just let me know, and we'll touch base. Well, we've been talking pretty much every day, so I'm sure we'll touch base tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, girl. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.